Class 12 children, a very good morning to all of you. So you are preparing for your exams and I'm sure you want to listen to the summary of all the chapters. So I have started with the first chapter, that is the last lesson. Please understand, this is not a substitute for reading the chapters thoroughly. You have to read each and every chapter at least 3 to 4 times. All right. So let us begin with Alphonse Daudet's The Last Lesson. So let us talk of the theme of this particular chapter. Language imposition, language loyalty. We all know this, that when we adopt a new language, it is extremely painful and causes discomfort. So the pain that is inflicted on the people of a territory by its conquerors by taking away their rights of studying or speaking in their own language is the main theme. So this lesson depicts the importance of one's own language for their existence, and it also talks of linguistic chauvinism. When our rights to speak our own language are taken away, how do we feel? So this chapter is all about that. Then there are two more themes here. One is student-teacher attitude to learning and teaching. You have seen as the chapter progresses how initially Franz is just not interested in studying, but when he comes to know that this is my last lesson, he becomes extremely interested. Even the teacher's attitude towards the end, when he realizes that today is the last lesson, he really repents and regrets a few things which he feels he should not have done in past. So the chapter talks of that. Then this chapter also talks of procrastination, how human beings procrastinate, everything. Okay, I won't do this today, I will do it tomorrow. So as the proverb goes, that procrastination is the thief of time. So this chapter also deals with that. Okay. The setting of our story is Franco-Prussian War. What happens in the story? There are two districts, Alsace and Lorraine, which are passed into Prussian hands. Now, if you will go through your story, Emmanuel is also telling the children that, children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, and the new master comes tomorrow. This is your last French lesson, and I want you to be very attentive. And then, what a thunderclap these words were to me, says Franz. So thunderclap means something which is shocking, which is, very something which is unexpected, and it was really shocking for everyone. Now let us quickly revise the story. Quickly. So our narrator Franz, he is getting late for school. He does not want to reach school in time because there is a test on participles. So he is hurrying to school. However, there is a crowd near the bulletin board which he does not read. He assumes and he wonders what has been there on the bulletin board, but he does not bother to read it, and he continues to go for the school. Now when he reaches school, he realizes that school was different today. It was as quiet as Sunday morning. Why? Because he then realizes that today was the last lesson. So the kind of commotion that he used to witness on other days in school, he did not observe anything like that. And then he reaches the classroom, he sees something different. He sees that his teacher, who has been teaching in this particular school for the past 40 years, was dressed in his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and the little black silk cap, all embroidered. Now, why is it different? Because this is something which M. Amel used to wear only on inspection days and price days. So now the reader is also wondering what exactly is going to happen. I mean, why is he dressed like that? What is different today? Let us see. School was solemn and strange that day. Backbenches were not empty. Everyone was sad. And when M. Amels announced that it was the last lesson, it was a thunderclap to little Franz. He is stunned and he is shocked. And this is what he says. I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn any more. I must stop there then. Oh, how sorry I was for not learning my lessons, for seeking birds' eggs or going sliding on the Sar. My books that had seemed such a nuisance. Sar is, by the way, a river, beta, river in West Europe, okay? Uh, Eastern France. My books that had seemed such a nuisance a while ago, so heavy to carry, my grammar and my history of the saints were old friends now that I couldn't give up. And M. Amel too, the idea that he was going away, that I should never see him again made me forget all about his ruler and how cranky he was. Poor man, it was in honor of this last lesson that he had put on his fine Sunday clothes, and now I understand why the old men of the village were sitting there in the back of the room. It was because they were sorry that they had not gone to school more. It was their way of thanking our master for his 40 years of faithful service and of showing their respect for the country that was theirs no more. So we were talking of the procrastination also. So this is about that. And the class goes on. Emmanuel teaches with patience. He talks of the edifying beauty and grandeur of the French language. He tells students to cherish, treasure, and protect their language as it epitomizes their pride, identity, nationality, honor, and glory. He is choked with emotion. Now, before that, you should also understand that France and other people who were there in the class, they had never listened so carefully, and that he had never, Franz says in the chapter, I had never listened so carefully, and that he had never explained everything with so much patience. It seemed almost as if the poor man wanted to give us all he knew before going away, and to put it all into our heads at one stroke. And towards the end of the lesson, we see that Emmanuel is choked with emotion, and he just writes Vive la France, which means long live France, and he dismisses the class. Dear children, this is an important lesson. Please do not leave it and read it thoroughly. As I told you, do not leave any questions unattended. Understanding the text, while you're reading the text, think as you read. All these questions have to be done thoroughly. All the best for your exams. Bye-bye. Take care. God bless you.